Hey, Rich, A-OK Knives. Ace on Knives. That's me. This morning, I woke up. It's Sunday morning, drinking my coffee. I got my Timberland Pro knit hat on, my wool flannel. I love this thing. You probably see me in videos with it quite a bit, but whatever. Let's talk about my favorite blade shapes. I'm going to start off with the Wharncliffe. Yeah, I really like the Wharncliffe. I should have more. I don't have that many more. I think I got two. I've got like maybe over 100 knives in my collection, and I only have two of these. It's weird. And I always talk about them and how much I like them. Just bought a new knife roll. This is a waxed canvas knife roll with a leather strap. Holds 8 knives. Isn't that nice? Looks pretty classy. I like it. I like it a lot. Holds 8 knives perfectly. Even like some of the fatter knives it holds. This Ahab's pretty fat. I'll talk about that in a minute. And this Krag is really fat. It fits in there. Digging it. All right, the next blade style I really like is probably my favorite. Wharncliffe gets me excited because not everybody carries a Wharncliffe. And I'm kind of like, I'm not everybody. I'm the guy who just is like, I want to be different but not too different. Well, this knife is the same as most. It's a drop point. Now this is a Civivi Sokoke, and it has a bead blast drop point blade. The bead blast is really cool because there's no fingerprints on the blade, ever. And that's kind of nice because I'm always doing this to try to clean my knife so it looks nice and pretty. I don't have to do that with this. Plus, this knife is very pretty. It is a handsome knife, and I really like this knife a lot. But the blade style is what's really important and what gets me. Yeah, look at that. Drop point. Beautiful. So I'll set that next to the Wharncliffe. My next favorite is going to be CJRB Krag. Yeah, cleaver. This blade style is extremely awesome for you bushcrafters, for you guys out in the woods, for you guys at camp. You want to baton wood, you want to take a piece of wood, you want to set this on top, you want to take another piece of wood, hit it, crack it, it goes in half, turn it around, do it again, boom, you just quartered. You're a quarter master. You're a master with this knife. Love that knife. Next knife, harpoon blade. And you're saying, that's not a practical blade, Rich. It most definitely is a very practical blade, believe it or not. Now, this thing has an extreme flat grind. Very slicey for such a big knife. It's not super thick. You're probably not going to want to baton a whole lot. Let's see if we can. Yeah. But what I love this knife for is the harpoon part. The part where if it was a real harpoon, this would be sharp and it would stick into a fish and stick and not come out. And then you could pull the fish back in. But in this case, with this knife or knives, the harpoon is great for resting your finger. Your finger's not going to want to slide down more. It's going to want to stay right there. So when you are wanting to really cut a piece of rope, anything, piece of canvas, whatever it might be, this is really good. This is phenomenal. Probably, I don't skin a lot of animals, but probably really great for pulling the skin and going right up in there like that. Yeah. I think if I was a hunter, I would either carry this or two knives, and the other one would have a gut hook. But I don't hunt anymore, so I don't do that. But this has a titanium clip, beautiful wood, titanium backspacer, jibbed thumb studs. And it also has an encapsulated pivot that's hidden. You can't get to the pivot without taking the scales off. And I haven't looked at that yet, and I'm curious. But there's no need to mess with the pivot because this knife is centered up, drops nice. It's really up there in my top 3 favorite knives. Artisan Cutlery Ahab. They also own the CJRB company. So that's it. I wanted to talk about my new wax roll, and I wanted to talk about my favorite blade shapes real quick. And that's what you get. And this one right here, the Wharncliffe, was the... Sometimes this thing sticks, or I can't get a good thumb stud on it. But this Hadros, you might not want to get it unless you can do some stuff, because I had to grind this little finger area out so I could get to the liner lock. It was really tough before that. But the action's really nice. I just like a lot about it. And I really love the hollow grind Wharncliffe. So there you go. Deuces.